All right. Hello, everyone. I am Julia Body, College and Career Counselor at Patriot High School, and I am joined by Dr. Leah Bird, College and Career Counselor at Colgan, and Ms. Angela Jenkins, the College and Career Counselor at Freedom High School. And on behalf of all the Prince William County College and Career Counselors, we welcome our seniors especially to this exciting career event. And we say congratulations to each of you for reaching this important milestone. We are so proud of each of you and very excited about the next step in your journey. And to any underclassmen, parents, and teachers, we welcome you as well. Today, we are thrilled to share with you several workforce opportunities open to well-prepared, motivated high school graduates. If you're looking for a career, not just a job, then this information is for you. The positions we will highlight will enable you to earn a living while still continuing to learn and advance in your field. Today's panelists represent Lockheed Martin, JATC, Prince William County Service Authority, and the Prince William County Fire and Rescue. You see that our panelists their names are on the screen along with their contact information. We will share this information again with you once we have concluded the presentation. We will now go ahead and get started with our panelists. They will each introduce themselves and share their information with you. Again, welcome and enjoy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Melissa Boyle. I am a project engineering manager at Lockheed Martin right here in Manassas. I have been with the company for 23 years as an engineer, doing some amazing things. And I am very excited to talk to you today about job opportunities that we have at Lockheed Martin that may interest you. We are the largest defense contractor in the world with over 100,000 employees solving complex problems. I hope you have heard of us. At our Manassas site, we have just over 1,200 employees doing amazing engineering things, business, finance, you name it. All of us work together as a team so that we can support our customer and keep people safe. I'd like to briefly talk to you about 4 bigger programs at our Manassas site. We have our Sonar Submarine program that I have mostly worked on over my years of experience here at our Manassas site. I want to kind of give you an idea of what a sonar submarine does underwater and how big this capsule is. If you think of a bus and make it as big as a football field and black out all those windows and drive it down 66, that'd be a pretty difficult task, I would think. But now take that big capsule and put it underwater in our deep ocean, and it has to navigate safely through the waters. That's what we do. We provide the eyes and the ears of the boat by using sonar, passive and active sonar, which is sound waves and water. Our other program is our surface ship program, which does the same thing for the sonar underneath the boat for the boat. And we also have our aviation program, and then finally our imaging program. And something really cool with that imaging program, and that is the periscope of the boat. So when the boat is surfaced above water, we have the periscope, and as you know, you've probably seen in movies where they're looking through the lens to see above the water. We actually use an Xbox controller to navigate that periscope. So super cool for all you gamers out there. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about community relations. We are very much involved in our local community. We like to give back through volunteer events. We have community partnerships with our surrounding county schools and K through 12 initiatives where we really like to engage with students like yourself, provide engineering opportunities, mentoring, career day, etc. It has been a little difficult through this pandemic, but we are definitely looking for innovative ways to engage with students like yourself so you can find out the different types of engineering and STEM that are available to you that might excite and interest you. We do have outreach events, our Women in Engineering and Minorities in Engineering. We just completed our Women in Engineering event last week. We had to do it virtual still, but those of you who may have come to our Manassas site in years past, we look forward to hopefully post-pandemic having you back, engaging with our engineers, touring our facility, and really exposing you to science, technology, engineering, and math. Lucky Martin Job Opportunity Internships. So, those of you that already have a plan, you know you're graduating in the summer and you're going to go off to a 4-year college, I want to encourage you to make sure you look for summer internships. Those internships, especially for engineering or STEM, you need to apply for those in the fall winter timeframe. So if you're thinking of a summer job the following summer and you wait till spring, it's going to be too late. So make sure that you apply as soon as you get to school. In the fall and winter, you will hopefully get an interview, extended an offer, and then a background investigation would start for you to obtain a security clearance. That's why we do these early so that you can have your clearance and ready to hit the ground running that following summer. If you're looking for other functional roles in finance and human resources, those are typically available in spring and a clearance is not required. I encourage you to take advantage of these very well paid internships each summer you're in college so you can find out what you like and what you don't like, all the while building your resume with experience so that you can have a job and a career waiting for you when you graduate. Here is another outstanding program that I currently lead that we started at our site 4 years ago, and that is the Talent Apprentice Program. Talent stands for Training Aspiring Locals to Engineer a New Tomorrow. So this is for individuals who are not immediately going away to a 4-year college. You're not quite sure what you want to do. You would like to gain the experience, or maybe you would like to stay local and go to Northern Virginia Community College right up the street. You can have a job, work full time, gain the experience, and continue your education while taking those classes at night and online. So, this is a program that'll work for you. This program has been around now for 4 years. We have had over 70 students, employees now come through the program. I will say over 40 from Prince William County schools. So, this is a well established program that has proven to be successful, and I would love for you to be a part of it. So, why did we start this program instead of only hiring individuals with a college degree? Well, typically we've recognized students like yourself are learning the technical expertise that exists in classrooms today, whether you're in higher levels of math or science, project lead the way classes, career and technical education, some of you in robotics. You are learning the basic skills that will make you a valuable employee with our company so that we can provide you the training and the mentorship to learn in your role. A great benefit, as I mentioned, you can still go to school. So if you want to start and continue your education, Lockheed Martin will help you and they'll pay for it by providing you tuition reimbursement, as long as you're going for a degree in STEM or business. This is an early career opportunity with a path for advancement. And as I mentioned, training and mentorship and experience. It includes full benefits, holidays and paid time off. We work a 410 flex schedule, so every Friday I have off, which I love. 401k, medical dental benefits if you need it, and as I mentioned earlier, tuition reimbursement. I talked briefly earlier about a security clearance process. I'm sure many of you recognize these symbols on this screen. I know how important it is for you to stay involved and network with your friends and have social media. I want to encourage you to continue to do that, but make sure you're doing it responsibly. Build awareness of your digital footprint so that you're making good choices today so that you're not hindered opportunities in the future, whether it's a college you want to attend, a job you want to have, or a sport you want to play. Those coaches and employers are looking at the behaviors of our young men and women today. So as you apply for a job, any job, we want to make sure that you understand how to apply with using a very well-established resume. So if you're just in high school, you may not have a lot of work experience or specialized classes in college, but however, you do have a ton that you can fill your resume with. List all your STEM, AP, IB classes, any activities that you've been in. Community service is huge. And I don't care if you worked at McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or Safeway, put those job experiences on your resume. That shows that you're hardworking, you're dependable, and you're reliable. When you go to interviews, if they're in person, responsibly pre-pandemic, shake hands before and after introduction, give eye contact, engagement, and become well prepared with specific examples, both individual and team projects that you took place in. And then a post interview, it's so important for you to send a thank you to those that interviewed. It really shows responsibility and professionalism. Here is an example of a great resume that I encourage you to kind of model and show all of your information at the top with your name, address, email address, and phone number. Make sure your voicemail on your phone number on your phone is respectful, and we want to make sure that we don't have those fun ones when an employer is trying to call you for an interview. Education, list all your education, your GPA from high school. As I mentioned, all work experience, certifications, skills, again, list all those STEM classes that you've taken part in as well, and any honors and awards that you've received. You are advocating for yourself, so make sure you put everything on this one slide. Here is a picture. This is in 2019, so of course it was pre-pandemic. So if you add another row to the back, that would be the total number of employees that I currently have in this program. Many of the ones that you see right here have already graduated out of the program and have become technicians. Some are becoming engineers this year. So it's pretty amazing the career path that we have established for you to come into this Talent Apprentice program, gain the experience, further your education with Lockheed Martin's tuition reimbursement, and have a job waiting for you. A lot of these students you may recognize from your current schools. And finally, here is the flyer and how you can learn about these job opportunities. Go to lockheedmartinjobs.com, and there's a keyword search box. You can put in the word apprentice if you're looking for the apprenticeship opportunity with the Manassas, Virginia location. Or as you go into college, you can look for an internship anywhere in the country. It doesn't have to be just right here. If you are a senior now, I encourage you to apply for that apprenticeship now. We are interviewing right now before you even graduate, and we are extending offers so that we can work to get your clearance so that when you graduate in the summer, you have a job ready for you to hit the ground running with us into the program. And that concludes my presentation, and I thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today.
Thank you, Ms. Boyle. Great information. We will move on now to Prince William County Fire and Rescue, and welcome Ms. Shabazz.
Hello, bear with me 1 second. Get this up here. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Zeta Shebish, and I'm the Recruitment and Retention Specialist for Prince William County Fire and Rescue System. I'm excited to share a little bit about what it takes to join the fire department and opportunities to serve our community. Ooh. All right. So just a quick introduction about us. We are a combination system of career and volunteer emergency service providers who work together to provide fire and emergency medical services to the citizens of Prince William County. This includes 688 uniformed employees. Those are the folks riding on the engine, and then 67 non-uniform employees who work behind the scenes, such as myself. We are a combination system, which means we have both career firefighters and volunteer firefighters. We currently have 22 fire stations in the county, 8 of which are volunteer-run stations. So what would make you a good candidate for the fire department? We want someone who's community-oriented, someone who cares about their community and wants to help others, someone who is physical, enjoys being physical. Firefighting involves a lot of climbing ladders, carrying equipment, going up and down stairs while wearing heavy gear. So you can't be shy to working out a little bit. We want someone who is compassionate. Many times when you're running calls as a firefighter, you are seeing people on their worst days. Every situation needs to be approached with a kind, caring demeanor, so compassion is huge. We want somebody trustworthy. You spend most of your time going into homes. Occasionally you're going in when there's a fire and the first thing you want to do is try and remove some precious belongings. We want to be able to trust you with those belongings and make sure, whoever you're helping, feels that their things are in good hands. So everyone asks, how do you become a firefighter? What do you need? The first step is to simply apply. This is an entry-level position. You do not need any medical or firefighting experience to begin this career. We do have a few minimum qualifications. You have to be 18 years of age at the time that you get hired, not the time you apply. You need to have a valid driver's license. You need to have your high school diploma or GED. You must be drug-free for 12 months, and you must have no more than -10 demerit points on a Virginia driver's license. So what are the perks? The Prince William County Fire and Rescue System is proud to provide a competitive salary with attractive benefits and a wealth of training and educational possibilities. We start all of our firefighters at $52,479 annually, and every year there is a merit increase. So you know what you're going to make every single year as you grow in that role. On your first day, you will qualify for our insurance benefits and retirement plans. And we also have other perks such as tuition reimbursement, paid time off, and a bonus if you speak another language fluently. So just a little bit about what it takes to get hired and what our hiring process is. The first step with Prince William County is a written exam. We currently use the IO Solutions National Firefighter Selection Inventory Exam. Once you apply and you get moved to this written exam step, you will get sent a study guide, so you're not flying blind. There's also YouTube videos, books, and stuff you can study for ahead of time, so you have that information beforehand. The next step would be the CPAT, aka the Candidate Physical Ability Test. This is the physical portion of the process. In order to assist in preparing you for this, we offer orientation sessions all month long. We have a mentoring program, and we do practice course runs. So you can come to the facility, do a practice run, and if you happen to pass while practicing, you'll get the certification right there. The next step is the polygraph test. It is not as scary as it sounds, I promise. This is just our way to solidify that you are honest about your background and that you are a trustworthy individual. And then you'll do a psychological evaluation. This portion of the process ensures that you can handle situations that you may be put in while on the job. And then we have a medical and a physical exam. This portion of the process ensures that you can pass a drug test, and then that you're in a healthy, good shape to be a firefighter and start recruit school. And then the final step is a brief panel interview with me and my team, where you get a chance to kind of tell your story, what you're looking for, and just kind of solidify why you'd be a good fit for our department. So once you're hired, you would complete 6 months of recruit school. You would work 4 days a week. They're 10.5-hour days. A normal day consists of at least 2 hours of physical training, and the rest would be sitting in a classroom setting. What's needed to obtain your firefighter 1 and 2 certifications, as well as obtaining an EMT certification. After recruit school is complete, you will be assigned to one of our 22 fire and rescue stations, where you will work a 56-hour week. These are 24-hour shifts, 3 days a week. At this time, you would be eligible for overtime and will likely make more than that starting salary discussed before. And within your first 12 months, you'll be on a probationary period, and you'll be tested on what you learned in recruit school, and you'll be able to train in real life settings. After your probationary period is up, you'll have the opportunity to further diversify your skill set if you choose to do so, of course. We offer paid training to become a paramedic, which is a step above EMT, and then obtain specialty certifications in areas such as hazmat, swiftwater river rescue, and TRO training. So here's an example of the 24-hour shift schedule and what it would look like. This is called a NOVA schedule, which is the schedule used by a lot of our local jurisdictions. You would work 24 hours on, 24 hours off, 24 hours on, 24 hours off, 24 hours on, and then you get 4 days off. If you happen to work on a day where there's a holiday, you'd get holiday pay, which is double your normal pay. So if this is something that you'd be interested in doing, start preparing now. Make sure you're working out, eating healthy, being a responsible adult. The process moves very quickly, so we want to make sure there are no hiccups moving through the steps. So if this is something that you'd be interested in, you can get more information or you can apply today. If you use this QR code here, it'll take you to the application for the process that we're hiring for right now. We have a recruit school slotted for August 2022. We just ask that you are 18 years of age before the 1st of August. And if you aren't, still apply, because then we can keep your application and get you going through the steps for our next recruit school in the spring of 2023. You can also visit our website and read a little bit more about our department and what we do for the community and see some cooler pictures than what I've provided today. And then, of course, you can contact me should you have any questions regarding the hiring process, what it's like to work for us, any of the steps that we discussed. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm in the office Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And I can be reached by email or phone, and I would really love to hear from you. So thank you again for tuning in, and I hope to see you geared up soon.
Thank you. Another great opportunity for our students. We are now going to move on to JATC with Mr. Billy Triplett. I believe you are good to go, Mr. Triplett.
I am here.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so welcome. My name is Billy Triplett. I am the school coordinator here at the Manassas Training Facility. I am with the JATC, which stands for the Joint Apprenticeship and Training Committee. We are the educational arm of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, which is the IBEW. We are the local 26 in this jurisdiction. Another term that you'll hear me use on occasion is NECA, and NECA is the National Electrical Contractors Association. They are the contractors that IBEW workers will go out to work for. So let me talk a little bit about our program, and then I'll share screen and show you a few things that are headed your way. So the JATC, as I mentioned, is the educational arm. We are a 5-year apprenticeship through the IBEW. Additionally, we have 2 other programs. That we have a residential program, and we also have a telecommunications program. So depending on what track, depending on your interest in the electrical trade and so forth, you have a couple options in terms of the direction that you choose. The residential and all of my programs require no, require no experience. So if you're interested in the electrical trade and so forth, by all means, get in contact with us. We can talk about some options to get you out and working for one of our contractors. Our main priority here at the JATC is to get apprentices and students and applicants into our 5-year apprenticeship program, with the intent of having you become a journeyman wireman at the end of your time. We call that topping out. Couple things that set us apart from other programs and some other things out there. So first and foremost, as I mentioned, there is no requirement for any experience in this field. We do ask and it is a requirement that you be 18 and have a high school GED or graduate diploma to get into the program. We do offer a couple programs on the residential side. So if you will not be graduated and you were interested in doing a summer helper position, you could also contact the IBEW on that end. Additionally, with our program, it is a 3-start process, and I'm going to show you this as well. I'll share a screen and go to our website in just a moment. It's a 3-start process, and it all starts with an application, as most things do. You would navigate to our website and complete the application. For the apprenticeship, there is a $50 fee. Once the application is complete, you would need to come to our facility and provide identification. That would be a social security card and a government issue ID, so we can verify your identity. At that point, you'd be scheduled for an aptitude test. So that is your second phase of the application process. After you take your test, depending on how you do and how well you do, you would move into an interview phase. So, and after the interview phase, all 3 components, the application, some work history, your aptitude test, and then your interview, all of that would be put into consideration, determining on whether you get into the program. Our apprenticeship is highly competitive. We get anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 applicants a year, and we are only going to take between 300 and 400 of those. So if you do not get in the first time, that is not the end of the world. Just come back around and apply again. If you're truly dedicated and interested in our program, by all means do that. That brings me to the residential program. So let's say you do apply, you don't get in your first go. We can also have you go out to work. We have a classification called a residential trainee, and that is for someone with no experience. If you have gone through a program at a Prince William County school or any school that has an electrical program or an auto program or anything like that, you could also speak with us. You may be able to get credit and be classified higher than a trainee because you have experience with tools and so forth. That would be a conversation with IBEW and one of our organizers as well. So if you don't get into the apprenticeship the first time, you can certainly come and talk to us about the residential program. That is a 7 to 10 year track. So it does not go as quickly as the apprenticeship, but the intent at the end of the residential program is still to get you to that position of journeyman wireman. And you hear me saying this repeatedly, journeyman wireman and so forth. And the idea is that position, the journeyman, is our top paid position. And so at that point, I'll go to and share my screen with this PowerPoint. And so I'll show you a little bit of what that entails. I'll go here and I'll go, pardon me just a moment as I get everything ready. Okay, and so hopefully you can see that. And so let me just go here. All right. So a couple things, and I'm going to back up just for a moment. Let me just, oh, I just lost my slides. Sorry about that. This just went, pardon me, that just jumped all the way to the end. Let me go here. Okay, so here, this is what I wanted to get to. So the IBEW is the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. So this is who you will eventually go out to work with, including our contractors. The benefit of the IBEW, as it says, not only are we one of the largest locals in the country, that 9,000 that you see on the screen is actually probably upwards of 10,000 at this point. And you'll notice this one term here, CBA. And what a CBA is a collective bargaining agreement. And so what that means, myself and all the other journeyman wiremen, including my apprentices, we are under a contract that provides us and gives us certain benefits that our contractor, the person that pays you, has to abide by and so forth. So I'll over on the side screen. I'll show this later, but I have my agreement right here. And I have a couple snapshots coming up here that I'll just kind of flash over to over here. So this is the slide that I wanted to get to. So as of December of last year, 2021, so the current rate for a journeyman wireman is sitting at $50 per hour. The benefits, and I'll go back to some of the slides that I flashed over, but based in our CBA is healthcare, multiple retirement funds from the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, a pension, and an annuity. This is all on top of what you would get from Social Security after you would work and retire. And so based on those numbers, so mind you, this is per year, your take home pay as a journeyman wireman would be somewhere in the range of $100,000, give or take. The other thing as well is you also have the ability to make more than this, because if you're working on a job that has overtime, we go time and a half scale so anything over 40 hours, you will be making time and a half. So looking at this screen, if I was making time and a half, so I would be making $75 an hour for that period of overtime that I would work. Anything that's over 60 hours, you'll get double time. So that would be, and holidays, you'd be making $100 an hour, which isn't too bad. So there is certainly growth and ability financially to make a good living at this trade. Here are some breakdowns of what it would look like. So if you got into the apprenticeship, these are some older numbers, but you kind of get the idea. So if you were to become an apprentice and come into the trade tomorrow, you would go straight to $21 an hour plus, and then you would also get your benefits. And so you do not start paying into some of the retirement funds until your third year, where it's AA3. At the same time, though, you're going to be making a pretty solid living at $21 an hour, and you would have healthcare as well. Let me back up a few more slides here. So as I already mentioned, the application process is time critical. So we are coming up on our deadline for applications for the class of 2027. So classes always start in August and September of the given year. So my next class will be coming in this fall. So if you're interested in looking at that, you need to have your application in by March 31st. That is our deadline. And again, I'll share a slide towards the end with some information for you to write down and so forth. Let's go here. But so this is again some information for you. I of course have all this information on my website. So I'm going to stop my share on this screen, and because I'd like to show you how to navigate to that. So let me just go over here. Select your browser of choice. I'm going to select Google over here. I'm going to share that screen. Julia, can you see that by chance if you want to chime in?
I am seeing Google, yes.
Okay, great. So I appreciate that. So select your browser of choice. You go here and you just enter www.jatc26.org and just of course hit enter, and there's our website. So when you're here, you have the ability to navigate through a couple different things. Some of these are specific to apprentices who are currently in the program. Others are specific. So right here. So if you were interested in becoming a residential trainee, there's a tab right here. There is no application fee for that. You would simply fill out that information, and then we would be in contact with you for next steps. If you want to or are interested in the apprenticeship program, right here, you click on this and it'll take a moment, and there it is, March 31st. And mind you, if you have an application that is time and date stamped by the 31st, you will have the opportunity to take the aptitude test. On top of that, So as you, again, if you do not, or as you're working through the application process, once you graduate, you can certainly come and work for one of our contractors. Again, you could just touch base with us at the JATC or the IBEW, and we can help you out there, and so forth. Let me go. And so I'm going to go over here. Let me stop my share one more time and come back to this. Here at the JATC, we basically have an idea that there is not one single path to success. There isn't one single path for students and so forth. I have a college degree. Many of my students have college degrees, but at the same time, college is not necessarily for everyone. But we see all sorts of folks come through our doors and get into the electrical field. And the best part about our program and the biggest selling point from my standpoint is no debt. I am certainly not going to knock four-year colleges. I'm certainly not going to knock or have any issue with people who decide to go that track, but not everyone necessarily has that opportunity, whether it be grade-wise or financially. There's a $50 fee for the application. That is all you will ever pay for the 5-year apprenticeship at the JATC. We will place you with a contractor with the IBEW NECA. We will provide you with all of your textbooks for every single year of your apprenticeship and so forth. So in closing, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen one more time and see if I can get this up. And I just opened just a Word document here. And so this is of course my contact information one more time. My name is Billy Triplett. I'm with the JATC here in Manassas. My address is there. If you are in the neighborhood, wanted to stop by, get some more information, by all means, please stop by and say hello. We are open 7 to 3:30 every single day, Monday through Friday. My email is there, phone number, as well as the website. And by all means, if you're interested in this trade and our apprenticeship, make sure you get that application in by March 31st. And I appreciate you for your time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Triplett. Just another exciting opportunity for our students. I'm about ready to apply, but we are going to move on now to our next panelist who is representing the Prince William County Service Authority, Ms. Hillary Smith.
Hi, good morning. I actually have one of my colleagues here with me. Her name is Natasha Saeed, and we are very excited to partner with the Prince William County Public Schools. We, of course, have a little bit of a presentation to share, so we'll get kicked off. I am sure that most of you probably are familiar with the Service Authority from the standpoint that most of you have received water from us, and or we've had the pleasure of taking your dirty water from you at some point in time. We certainly provide a service to the entire county, and there's a couple of subsets in the county, such as the city of Manassas, that we do not provide services to. But we are a entity that we provide service to nearly 90% of the county, and we are dedicated to providing safe, reliable drinking water and taking your dirty water, cleaning it, and returning it back to our environment very safely. In my 34 years, roughly, of living here in Prince William County, I have never once questioned my ability to turn on my faucet, take a shower, flush my toilet, do my laundry, or anything that would be related to water. I was a proud child of Prince William County, where I also enjoyed some pools here too. So we're pretty proud of what we do provide and everything that it takes. We recognize that water is life. It's an essential facet to all living things. And so we take steps to ensure that this is done in accordance with all of our laws and regulations to meet what our customers' needs are and respect our environment. So as you can see by the picture below, here's some, I guess, fun facts for you in terms of how and what that means by us providing this to our customers and our ratepayers. Not only that, but putting it back into the environment safely. So when we talk about our opportunities, We do have a wide variety of opportunities. I often take pride in telling people that I've been with the Service Authority for 14 years, and part of that is because we run the gamut. We offer things that individuals who have a very specialized type of degree that are scientists that work in our lab, to the individuals that are literally out in the middle of the night at a 2 a.m. water main break that are making sure that you and I can take our showers in the next morning. And so we offer a variety of positions. And one of the things that we're particularly proud of is our employment opportunities for the individuals that are looking for temporary or seasonal type experiences. So you can see by the information provided on the left, the temporary seasonal positions, we offer a variety of them. They are entry level and they do not require previous experience. Rather, we're looking for somebody who is willing to come to work on time, follow directions, ask questions, learn, and equally as important as make a difference within their community. These positions do require for an individual to apply, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But our positions are available to our high school students. And the other positions that we have on the right-hand side are temporary interns positions. Some of those positions are geared towards a specialized degree of study for those that are looking for post-high school education. But it doesn't mean that you couldn't qualify. It just means that they're looking for additional technical training. If we do offer internships for a variety of levels in a variety of different fields, and those internships focus on hands-on or practical experience that are related to that field of study. Interns often start learning the basics of what that field is and then progress into more meaningful project. Most of our positions do get advertised during the month of April to fill both the temporary seasonal positions as well as our intern positions. I echo the sentiments of the individual from Lockheed Martin. We, of course, would love to hear about any type of experience that you have. Could be babysitting, it could be lawn mowing, it could be you are the responsible party for your volunteer organization. And so whatever you offer, we want to hear about it. Most employers want to hear about what makes you responsible or enticing to want to bring on board and learn something more. So as we progress, I wanted to also share with you some things that we here at the Service Authority in particular are looking for. You know, some of the basics would be your ability to be a problem solver, your ability to work with others in a team type of setting, and to lead or follow directions, meaning we want somebody who is responsible, who is able to take a task and follow through with it. Communication is very key. There is no problem with asking questions. We want to make sure that it's very clear, because what we do and what we provide in terms of our service is so unique that we have to make sure that it's done correctly in a timely fashion. If somebody is hired, they are expected to do what their job is. I know it sounds really silly, but we are trusted to provide a vital role within our actual community. And so delivering that product is extremely important to us. And it's something that we take very seriously. And every single person counts in terms of making sure that our mission can be accomplished. So, you know, when we talk about the things that would be, I guess, expected, would be showing up for work on time, being professional, using, I guess, good manners in terms of asking those questions and following through with what those tasks are. There's no problem with learning something new, asking for additional responsibilities, but you got to show up to work, you got to be on time, and you got to be professional and follow through with what you are doing. So the other thing that I wanted to share are some of our entry-level positions that we have at the Service Authority that offer both a career as well as provide some level of advancement. So because we do take dirty water, as we like to say, a key role that we have here at the Service Authority is for our water reclamation operator. There's a variety of skill sets, as you can see down in the bottom of the screen. The requirements for the position, because it is entry level, it does not require previous experience. However, we are looking for somebody who has basic mechanical ability or concepts in understanding procedures, the use of maybe some hand tools and understanding how to follow oral or written procedures, because as you can see in that picture, these are the gentlemen that are monitoring the flow that comes into our wastewater treatment plant to ensure that it is cleaned in a proper process and taken out into the environment. So this particular position does require somebody to have a GED or at least a high school diploma. Certainly anybody who's got more, but essentially what happens is somebody comes in making roughly $40,000 a year, and there's opportunity to progress. It could bring somebody up to a total of $90,000 per year. Another position that we have that is entry level is for one of our field service technicians. You may have seen our trucks throughout our community, and this would be one of those positions that would be responsible for driving one of those vehicles. They're responsible for making sure that the meters that log how much water somebody is using can be serviced, and make sure that they're actually collecting that information on time so we can bill our ratepayers. It does require a high school diploma or a GED. And again, the basic mechanical concepts as well as basic hand tools would be something that we would be looking for. And so again, this is another opportunity for advancement. We do offer a career path, but the entry salary for somebody coming into this particular position is just about $40,000 per year. The next position I wanted to highlight is for a utility worker. Well, the picture on the screen here might look a little daunting. Most people, when they hear on the news of a water main break, that's usually what makes the news, and you see the giant geyser coming out. These are individuals that work in our field setting, and they're responsible for the maintenance of our infrastructure underground. And I highlighted the picture here because they're often the heroes that you see on the news when we do hear about a water main break. Again, this particular position is an entry-level position, and it does require a GED or a high school diploma. Certainly, we would love to have somebody who has that basic mechanical ability and use of basic hand tools. We do offer all training, but they're responsible for keeping up to date our system to make sure that everybody gets that clean drinking water and we can take that dirty water away from them. The next and last position I'd like to highlight that is an entry-level position would be for one of our warehouse clerks. It is a position that is, I guess, pinnacle to what we do in terms of keeping our inventory on stock and being able to issue the proper inventory to anybody who is repairing any of our infrastructure. They also help out with our delivering of mail. We have a couple of locations that they work out of, primarily here in Woodbridge and down at our wastewater treatment plant, which is the H.L. Mooney plant. It does require a high school diploma or a GED. And again, kind of the basics that we require for most of our positions: basic mechanical concepts, use of hand tools, and understanding how to follow written and oral instructions. These are our entry-level positions. And as I indicated, we do require an application for all of our positions, and I'd like to point out that the Service Authority is an equal opportunity employer. Essentially what this means is we apply equal hiring practices to anybody, and that applies to anybody with regards to their race, their color, their national origin, their gender, religion, anything that you can think of. You have an opportunity as long as you sell yourself and are willing to make a difference. So when it comes to applying for one of our positions, we would have you go to the Service Authority's webpage, which is www.pwcsa.org. And if you go to the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see an area that says Careers. And under that Careers page, you'll see where you can search for any position that we currently have open. You can also sign up to receive a notification when a position does get posted. So into that circled area, if you scroll down on that web page, you'll see it. We do have computers that are available in our administration building. So for those of you that were familiar with where the Potomac National Stadium used to be, there's a giant water tower that sits right there, and that's where our administrative office is located. For those of you that are just interested in what type of positions that we have available, because like I said, we offer a variety, you can search for any of our job descriptions to see what they're entailed. It will also include what salaries that are based for those type of positions. So as I indicated, for our temporary seasonal positions, we do advertise during usually in the month of April. And certainly we understand and respect you guys may still be in school during that time period. And so oftentimes they don't start physically working until post-graduation, or at least the school year is over. They do last for the summer months, and oftentimes we bring some of those individuals back to work over the winter break. So there is opportunity for continuous employment as well. In your application, we would love to hear about your education. So put down which high school you go to, and if you have any previous experiences, as I indicated before, anything is worthwhile and we would love to hear about it. Typically what happens then is the hiring manager will schedule an interview with you, and then you'd hear from my staff here in the Human Resources Department to set up your new hire paperwork and get you started and coming on board. So just keeping in mind some general advice for you all as you are looking for opportunities for your, whether it be a summer position or future employment. We ask that you keep your resume and application simple. You know, don't go crazy with your fonts. Make it easy to read, but you want to definitely highlight the things that you've got. As I'd indicated before, include your summer help, whether that's mowing the lawn or doing yard work, whether you're a babysitter. All that stuff counts. Employers want to see that you're making an effort and that you are responsible. Remember that you are entering into the adult world, and so you certainly want to make sure that any type of social media accounts that you have are appropriate, that your email address is appropriate. I've seen some doozies in my day, and that your voicemail is also appropriate. If you need to have somebody check the spelling of your application, I usually tell folks this is the first work product that you are providing to an employer. So you want to make sure that you are providing your best work. If you are offered the opportunity to come in for an interview, make sure you use good manners. You want to dress appropriately. Doesn't mean you have to wear a suit, but you certainly want to show up with a ironed shirt. And if all you've got is jeans, that's fine. Just make sure they're not the holy jeans, that they are clean, and you show up to work or to your interview on time. Make sure you do some research for who you are coming to work for. That to me, there's nothing worse than calling somebody to say, hey, want to offer you an interview for a utility worker position, and the individual doesn't even remember applying for the job. So keep note of where you're applying, when you've applied, and that way you have a better understanding of how your responses should be relayed. The other advice that I give to individuals is don't badmouth any former employer. You know, I don't care if you worked for Chick-fil-A, because I think we all know they've got good customer service. But if you worked for a bookstore and you hated it, just keep in mind what your experience was, but you don't need to badmouth that former employer or that manager. Do not arrive late. If you run into an issue, make sure you communicate with that person who has scheduled your interview, and don't use slang words. Make sure that you speak clearly, that you are showing up with a good attitude, and that you have your phone turned off. It's important that you dedicate that time to that particular interview, because at that point in time, you'd like to shine and share what you have to offer. So that is pretty much what I have to share. I will tell you that we are excited. We look forward to having young people come to our organization, learn about what we do, and truly be a part of something bigger. You know, I think I shared with you that I had worked for the Service Authority for 14 years now, and I am extremely proud of what I do, and I'm extremely proud of the people that I work with. There's no other place that I would rather be, and there's no other place that I would rather welcome somebody into to have a wonderful career with amazing benefits. We offer anything from health insurance. We do holiday paid leave. We have a variety of leave options. But I'll tell you, we are an employer that truly wants to do well. We want to have a great community rapport. Some of you within your school time may have also partnered with us or come on site to do a visit, and we welcome you to do the same at our wastewater treatment plant. But we would look forward to welcoming you to our team at any point in time. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you to all of our wonderful guests. We cannot say how much we appreciate your taking the time to share this information. Not only have you shared amazing opportunities with our students, but some valuable advice that we encourage them to adhere to. We want our guests to know, I will give you an opportunity just before we close, if there are any final thoughts that anybody would like to share with our students before I move on. And looks like we're all good. So again, thank you to our students. We want to encourage, if you saw something today or heard something today that interests you, please reach out to our panelists and/or contact your college and career counselor for more information. Our recording will be posted, and to find out more about where it's posted, again, you can reach out to your college and career counselors. And another plug for college and career counselors, one of the things we heard talked about today was resumes and interviewing skills. We are here to assist you and support you in that effort. If you need help, reach out to that college and career counselor. Again, thank you to our panelists and to those of you who were watching.